Hello, my friends. Today we're going to do the Harlem season 3 breaking down. So after season 1 and season 2, it's been a while actually, and a lot of things have changed. So we cannot do comparison to everything like uh in season 1 or season 2 because I don't have enough just time, so we just gonna do a proper breaking down and we're gonna try to find out what's gonna make this TV show better in long term and what can actually fix the issues with characters and how they delivered in season 3, because I feel like season 3 for any TV show recently is kind of curse, and the sex lives of college girls just a good example of that curse. When you have good characters but you cannot actually do what you did in first 2 seasons, and kind of always uh you know a TV show just tends to drop in quality, and this dropping in quality feels after season 2 or after season 3, and at this point just season 3 feels just so unnecessary. Probably with this Harlem season 3 is a little bit different because not everything is so bad, and probably as much as I love a good TV show, a good quality American TV show, the Harlem season 3 is probably the least hated for me, because it's not even something I really anticipated, because I didn't actually know that this TV show existed before this preparation for this live stream. So it's not like I had some expectations for this. So actually, what I did find the kind of similarities between my recent favorite TV show, The Sex Lives of College Girls, and this Harlem TV show, were that we have 4 main characters, which is basically like kind of not standard, but it works really good when you have 4 different characters who are friends, and they are let's say work in different industries. They communicate a lot. They have like at least one big conversation a day, and they share actually everything. They do a lot of dating, chatting, and probably this is the big similarity, because when we have the lives of college girls, we have the diner when they actually sharing everything that happens in that school, and we have in Harlem 4 best friends who basically go to different places to just converse. And this is actually what makes this TV show something like familiar to everybody, because those conversations, those jokes, and just the simplicity of it uh, do favor to this TV show, and it makes it a little bit more easy to perceive, because I like not too complicated shit, and the simplicity actually is a good thing. So in season 1, we remember that one of the main characters, Tai, was the only one queer character from that season. Actually, if I remember correct, Quinn, the other character who became a lesbian a little bit later at some point, it didn't happen in season 1 immediately. It was just a matter of time, of course, but in season 1, the only queer character was Tai, who actually was running an application for queer community of color. So it did make sense. It did make sense because she was behind something she used to experience herself. And what I found interesting was that in the sex lives of college girls, we had Layden, who basically the same type as this type character is. They are just similar, and we have actually every character from the sex lives of college girls, every type of those main characters, like 4 characters in this Harlem TV show. And this is not just something I found, it's just obviously the variety of characters implies that you can find something similar from one TV show, from your favorite TV show in other projects. And she was actually the only reason I actually started to watch the season 1, because I didn't know at that point what this TV show even was. So after I've been introduced to this TV show, actually I found that it's pretty good. Especially season 1 was actually something I wanted. So when you have actually 10 episodes of good quality content, you can actually just make your day better, because every episode of season 1 was a good quality episode, but something actually started dropping in season 2, and after that season 3 is a little bit of style, of vibe. There is no that vibe, and this is the most the most stupid shit, when you don't feel that vibe anymore in your favorite TV show. For example, like in Sex Lives of College Girls, that vibe just gone, because first of all, the main character who brought that vibe gone, and after that the TV show itself is just gone, so there is no that show anymore. And at this point, you're gonna just find something else to like to make it your favorite TV show. So could this TV show be potentially your favorite at some point? My answer is, if you actually have patience to wait a week for a new episode, probably you can make it to the very last, to the ending of this season. But what actually makes different this TV show from others is that this is only about like black community, and the Harlem. It's like neighborhood in Manhattan, New York City. So that is pretty niche, let's say, community, and they do know a lot of places where black people prefer to hang out. They do know a lot of things that probably only black people tend to know, you know. So with that being said, this TV show just it's probably, even though it's more about the black community, it didn't mean where it was shot, it didn't mean that it's supposed to be for only for black audience. Of course it's not. So I like everything in every character, but at the same time a lot of things that I would have done different, and I would have done differently something with main characters, because I hate when main characters treated in a way that could have been different, you know. So for example, in season 1, when we just got this Thai character and we already knew that she was the main queer character with that application she was running, like Q app for it's called Q at that point. That was the application for dating for people of color and for queer people of color. So but her personal life, it was a total mess, and she didn't find what she offers on her application. Like the dating shit was complicated for her in real, like out of that application, outside of that virtual shit, outside of internet, her life was total mess. And this is again what I like the most in the sex lives of college girls in Layden character, that she was so messy, and that was actually interesting to watch because it felt just so real, you know, when your, let's say, favorite character or just the main character acts just simple, and sometimes does a lot of like stupid shit, weird shit, but it feels real because this is probably like people actually act. So it's just familiar, you know. And in season 1, Thai character and then probably Quinn character were the most interesting characters because of how they were written. Those characters were probably the most they were the best because of how they were written, especially the beginning of Quinn coming out as a lesbian. That was probably my favorite part in how they served the actual coming out and how they wrote the first date of her and her. And at that point, she wasn't even a girlfriend. It was like it was just probably colleague or something, because she was her client, and Queen is basically a designer who like makes custom clothes for people who live probably in that area of the city or something like this. So she has her client base, and this woman got into that client base. At the first point, they were actually they had only professional relationship. So, but after that, she went on the first dating, and that feeling, when your character started something, stepped out of comfort zone, and everything that every change of that character, it's always like in season one. This is probably why season one is always the best. No matter what you watch, no matter what TV show it is, or even if it's movie, part one is always probably the best, because of every character is a new character, and everyone just starts his storyline. There is not too much mess, there is not too much overdone yet, and there is just a lot of space to develop that character further and further, and this first dating, it felt like more of that, again, laden from the college girls. Let's say college girls. I'm tired of calling it the sex lives of college girls. Is just too much. So college girls, and Layden specifically, had the same vibe when she started her queer life, and her coming out felt kind of the same. And I feel like if you actually do prefer queer TV shows and movies, you should have felt the same. You should have felt something I did when you watched the college girls and this Harlem. You could have felt that vibe, in both TV shows, and that vibe specifically, the queer, that lesbian thing, it's not actually so easy to create. It's not like you just found two actresses and just made them queer. It's not like that. You need way more instruments to work with, and of course, good writing, good good work with like preparation for every scene, like love scene, because love scene can be fake and can feel fake if you do that in the wrong way. If you found something you should have not, so and this TV show made it right, especially in season 1. So we got Quinn character came out as a lesbian, but what happened after she did it? I still don't understand why they actually after they made her a lesbian, I still don't understand why they didn't just stick to that shit forever. Like, it's just out of my mind. Why you do someone why you actually would make someone come out of as a lesbian and then you just reverse her to straight woman. This is just something really stupid. And the only reason I can see behind that action is you're trying to keep your TV show fresh, and you're trying to keep your characters different. You're trying to make them different in every season or something like this, but it doesn't work. This is the worst part of changing your character too much. So once he has changed, once he has turned into a queer character, you should have stuck to that queer character and never came back to straight woman. So she was interesting as a straight woman character, of course, but she has changed and everybody liked it, but you just ruined that shit in next season by you're reversing her back, So from Quinn's point, what could have actually contributed to her to stop dating women? This breaking up with her first girlfriend on that at that point, she was her girlfriend, but that other woman, she was way more experienced in lesbian relationship. She was probably she was actually like less involved in that relationship, like mentally, but physically, so, and probably because of it was Quinn's first time she was with a woman, it hurt a lot when you broke up first time with your loved one. So probably it kind of ruined your experience as a queer. And after that, she decided probably to just switch to men again. But from producer's perspective, they could have they could have make you queer no matter what, you know, just for the sake of viewers. I mean, like, just they if they did that, you know, the TV show would have been probably just flawless. For me, it was like flawless in season 1, but in season 2 something felt so different. For example, this is season 2, or something like this, the beginning probably of season 2, if I remember correct. And the conversation between Quinn's mother and Quinn, when her mother first time got to know that Quinn is queer, and that was actually interesting. The conversation, the scene with her parents, and everybody got to meet their families. Everybody got to meet parents. So that was actually interesting. The beginning of season 2, or it happened at some point in season 2. I don't remember exactly, but it was actually interesting. But a part of that meeting with parents, there was actually a trip. They went to some I don't know, like they went to some place to get a rest or something like that. But a part of that, nothing actually major happened in season 2, and nothing that I would like to rewatch again. So season 2 is just something I would have not skipped probably. You know, if I got to watch this TV show again, I would have watched like the entire season 1, season 2, season 3 probably. But this season 2 is probably the most underwhelming, and it's probably because of how they ignored everything they did in season 1, because season 1 was like balanced perfectly between all the characters. All four friends, they were actually they were given screen time perfectly, and they were given that screen time equally, and it was actually good, you know. So, and season 2 ended on this tie-in, this older woman hanging out, and they started to hook up in like last episode of season 2, and there was of course some cliffhanger for the next season, but it didn't make season 2 any better. I mean, like, some vibe, something actually started to, you know, going out of that project. And at that point, they could have done, the only thing they could have done right was just to come back to season 1 and find the solution from that season and bring something they did back then, and just, I don't know, just, you have the perfect season. You have like the not that interesting season 2, and you have the opportunity to create something again, probably not that good, but at least decent season, And the sex lives of college girls, they didn't do anything with season 3 in terms of the quality. They just dropped the quality a lot, and they didn't actually I think that they didn't extend it to season 4 or something. I don't know yet, but if they did, I don't think that season 4 of any project could be as good as season 1 or season 2, but it could be better than season 3, because again, season 3 for some reason tends to be not that good, and probably this is just because of the reused characters again and again. They do the same shit. They just they get to the same situations again and again, and they act the same, or probably because of, in contrary, because of a lot of changes, unnecessary changes. So it's actually difficult to balance everything, right? And once you actually started to just lose that balance, and everything just getting ruined, And at this point, even they brought a new woman for Tai in season 3, the vibe is just not there anymore. And the main reason why vibe is gone, because first of all, Tai is a good character, and this storyline with her new client and probably future girlfriend, or even more, I don't know, this storyline is interesting. Somehow it's actually decent storyline. But Quinn, for example, she got the weirdest probably relationship she ever had in this TV show, and her new boyfriend, let's say, he's probably the biggest mistake they did, and I don't even understand why the fuck they are together in this TV show. You had way more interesting characters, and you could have just brought them back or something, but I don't actually understand why they gave her the most boring and just mismatching partner, So the season, the new season is probably could have been a little bit more interesting. Should they just brought someone like any character from season 1 who was just slightly interesting, and then just make them more complicated, make something different with them, and create a new storyline for them. But when you bring every season, when you bring a new character, and if it's not a really interesting character, there is no way people would like it. So this is why I actually skipped a lot of dialogues, and I didn't pay actually that attention I paid when I was watching season 1 or season 2. It's just not the same anymore. So, and of course we still have some hot scenes, some stuff that made this TV show special, but I don't think that it's gonna just contribute in the long term. So probably next 1-2 episodes, it would be still interesting to watch, but after that, probably they will do something again, breaking up or something. So probably something will happen again with every character. And in season 4, if it is season 4, if we will get any other season after this one, they will bring again new characters, and it's again and again reused content, and nobody actually likes the same shit happens again and again. So it's at this point, I think that season 3 should be the last season, probably, because there's just nothing left actually. So just I hope that the ending of this season will be better than the start, and better than, of course, season 2. But still, this TV show is doing better than the sex lives of college girls did in season 3. This TV show still has more potential to be my favorite, I don't know, or just my favorite from recent TV shows. And season 3, of course, is not my favorite. I mean, the TV show itself, the project, and the idea of that black community, and how they communicate, how they actually told all the stories of all the characters, and the vibe, of course, of everyone, especially in season 1. The vibe was perfect, actually. And season 1 is perfect still. Season 2 is just mid and dropped a lot of quality, dropped a little vibe gun, just not there. And season 3 probably something we still don't know whether it's good or not, because it's just like it's something you cannot stop watch, but it doesn't make you feel any better. So at this point, we just wait and see what happens. But anyway, thank you for watching. And I probably made more like comparison rather than breaking down this TV show, but still, I just told you my what was my take on this TV show, and thank you for your time. See you next time, probably with some recent TV show or something from 2024. If we don't have any recent TV show, we can come back for something good from 2024. Probably I missed something really good. But still, thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.